There are 3 typical reasons why a single woman are single. Reason number 1, more women are discovering every day their self-worth. No, we're not coming to your house to Netflix and chill. Yes, you need to court me properly and take me on a date. No, I'm not a 50-50 girl. Stop asking. 2, we have values and morals and we're sticking to them. Yes, I want a masculine man that is kind, courageous, courteous, generous. And a man that is outside of those guidelines is not the man for me. Number 3, we want to remain in our feminine energy. And it's really hard to do when we got Nick, Brian, Marcus in their feminine energy too. Most women just want to feel safe. We want to feel secure. We want to know that the man we're with can lead us and lead us properly. And that doesn't seem like the case anymore. They want to lead us, but they don't know where we're going.
How she ended it. They want to lead us, but they don't know where we're going. They want to lead, but they don't know where we're going. If a man don't know where you're going, is because you didn't communicate that with him. Conversation is quite important, very important in any relationship. But a lot of the times, many women want a man to figure it out. Like they'll say stuff like, well, if he loves me, he would know exactly what I want. No, many times, we're just simple. We don't do something unless the woman asks. Because sometimes when we do it in advance, why did you do that? She would ask. That's not what I want, is what she would say. Right? But when you wait and you ask, what do you want me to do? Well, figure it out. If you love me, you should know. Right? She's saying that a woman knows her self-worth. Not saying women don't know their self-worth, but their self-worth is based on superficial things, right? Like, for instance, her hair on her head is not hers.
Oh my God.
Her face is plastered with makeup.
Unreal.
That's not hers. Everything about her facial, right, her head, is fake. The words that are coming out of her mouth are words that are generated by what she's heard and programmed to say. Right? How can a man lead a woman that don't want to be led? Because she has certain unrealistic expectations. Women are single, again, because they believe that submission is slavery. Why are so many women single? Because the men that she's talking about, she said that they are trying to be the woman that they're trying to be a woman instead of a man because they're raised by a single woman. So, of course, they are going to have those feminine traits, those feminine characteristics. So the type of man that she wants to date is a masculine man, but a lot of men are being raised by single mothers, and that is actually perpetuated in society. It's celebrated for women to be single and raise children alone. So now when they are grown men, they are not masculine. And so the women that are looking for masculine men are not finding masculine men because the men are being raised by single mother, and majority of the time the single mother does her best to keep the child away from the father. And because the father may not want to be with the woman, so they're going to punish the father by keeping the child away and conditioning the child's thoughts, mentality, the psyche to hate the father. So then the child grows up being more like the mother, male or female, and if it's a male, he grows up being just like the mother. So she ends up with a man or finding a man that she doesn't want to be with because he doesn't have masculine traits. But then she says, how can he lead when he doesn't know where women are going? These programmings has set women on a trajectory of being single. The next 20, 30 years, there are going to be so many single women.
I agree 100%.
So many women with no children, unmarried women. Look at how many apartments that they're building. And most of these apartments, I can tell you from I've been in property management, I can tell you that most of the apartments are filled with single women. Most of the apartments are filled with single women. I remember when I was a property manager of one apartment complex. In that apartment complex, there are several single women, and there was one guy that was seen at least, I think it was at least 4 or 5 of the women living in the apartment. 3 of the women knew, 2 of them didn't. How I knew? Because he talked about it. Right? They knew they were single, but he possessed a certain ability that they liked, so they dealt with it. Not only that, there is polyamory. That means a man will have multiple women in a relationship and they all know each other. In the Western world, it is promoted that a woman is supposed to be with a man and a man is only supposed to be with one woman in the Western world. But in the Eastern world, a man can have more than one woman, especially if he can take care of the woman. It is fine. Polyamory is accepted in other parts of the world. I know people that are polyamorous, right? Polyamorous is being practiced right now. Polyamory is being practiced right now. When a man is with a woman and he has a side chick, he's practicing polyamory, right? Multiple women, one man. And sometimes these women know that their man is with another woman. I know a woman, and she said to her man, I don't care what you do when you're out there. Just don't bring it home. Protect yourself if you're going to do something, and don't embarrass me. I know that. I know that woman and I know that guy. That woman and man. She's told him in my presence, I don't care what he does when he's out there, as long as he protects himself and don't embarrass me. Those are her exact words, right? Because a man is going to be a man. A man is going to cheat, right? Those are her exact words. So polyamory is being practiced. It's illegal in the United States and other countries in the Western world, where a man cannot have 2 wives. So what a man will do, especially like Muslim men and other religion, like in Yoruba, they have multiple wives. That is a Nigerian religion, but there are Nigerians that live in America that have multiple wives. And the woman knows about it. And they accept the man having multiple wives. So it's been practiced, but it's not a legal standing. It's not lawful to have more than 1 wife. So what they will do, they will have a legal wife and a on paper documented 2nd or 3rd wife that is considered a wife because documentation is written and they have a contract between the parties. So if he has his legal wife and another wife that's contracted as a wife, and they all sign that this is the 2nd or 3rd wife. The women that are saying that if you are in a relationship with me, you can't have another woman out there. And if they find out that the man has another woman, let's say they were in a relationship for 10, 15, 20 years, and the woman is not giving the man sex, not having intimacy with her husband, which happens a lot. I have talked to divorce attorneys that says that when a woman comes in to divorce, what she tells the attorney is she's not happy. The guy's not giving her enough money. She wants to go out and live her life. Those are some of the reasons. When the man goes in to talk to the attorney, why is the relationship ending? Oh, I'm in a sexless relationship. She's always tired. She always gives excuses. Right? How long have you not had sex with your wife? 2 years.
What the hell?
Yes, 2 years. Living in the same house? Yes. I can tell you this, that I've seen this, experienced this, been in a relationship where no sex is happening in the relationship. But the woman is walking around in the house in exposing clothing, passing the man, bending over in front of the man. So she's teasing him, and he's not getting any pleasure from his wife. So he goes out and he goes have intimacy with a woman out there. And what she does, the wife, she files for a divorce. Why? Because he cheated. Now she's not being intimate with him for whatever reason. Maybe she's upset for that moment, and she holds that anger for days. And then within days, he did something else, and it makes her more upset. So now she has an animosity towards him, right? And no communication is taking place. So eventually what happens? A divorce. Filing for divorce. Why? Because he cheated, but she wasn't being intimate with him at all. So he goes out there to find someone to release his stress. Have a communication with that person out there. And the wife files for divorce after 2 years of not having sex. But let's think about it. She's not having sex with her husband, but she's always happy. Who is she been intimate with? I'm going to tell you a story for those of you that are listening. I know someone a few years back that have a relationship. This person, she was actually with this person. They were married. And they were married for 3 years. About a year and a half, year and 8 months, sex slowed down in the relationship. And he started wondering why. Right? And he's like, hey, so shy, like, I don't understand what's going on here. She's always having an excuse. She goes to work on Fridays. When she comes home on Fridays, she's happy. And he's thinking like, oh, he's going to get some because she's happy. It's Friday. It's the end of the week. But she says, no. Headache. When he asked her, after some time, he found out that she had someone at work that she was sleeping with on a regular basis. So she had her husband at home and a work husband that she was sleeping with. So the husband at home is paying all the bills, paying for her car insurance, health insurance, house insurance, the house, everything he's paying for. And she goes to work and what? Having intimacy with a coworker. And this went on for the duration of the relationship until he finally had enough. When he filed for divorce, man, it's touching me because I remember that experience so much because I worked with this guy. When he finally had enough and said that he was going to leave the relationship, I said, hey, are you going to file for divorce? He said, man, I don't want to be bothered with that. What happened next? She went and filed for divorce. And she took him to the cleaners. And when he asks, how is it that she was the one cheating? He's paying all the bills and she's the one cheating, right? His attorney. You allow her to file first. So when he told me, I said, I told you. He's like, man, I didn't want to deal with that, man. I just didn't want to deal with that. And then she took him to the cleaners. And guess what happened afterwards? She moved the work husband in.
Oh my God.
The work husband in. So the 2 children that they had is now seeing another man in the house. The man that she's been cheating with for over a year. Right? So she chose to leave her relationship to be with another guy. Right? Now here is the kicker. 6 months after living with her work husband in the house, he left her. He left her. So she ended up being single. Now you want to hear something else? His phone rang. That was his ex-wife, asking him if he could come over later so they could have a conversation. So work was over, and now it was Friday, and he says, why? He says, she just want to talk. Now I learned about the house, the work husband moving out the day after, on the Saturday. So I said, what happened? I said, what happened? He said, well, she had dinner ready, cooked my favorite meal, and I was hungry because we had just got off of work, so I sat and ate. She poured something for me to drink. I drank. I said, what was it? He said, she gave me some liquor. I said, liquor? He said, yeah, she gave me some juice and, liquor, and we drank. I said, so what happened? Oh, we had sex.
Hello,
I said, what?
you
He said,
doing?
yeah, we had sex. I'm just leaving her house to come to work.
You stupid!
So she wanted to restart the relationship after the work husband left her. Yeah, this happened several years ago, right? I asked him, what are you going to do? He didn't really give me an answer as to what he's going to do. But what he did say was, man, I still love her, man. I said, so you're going to be back with her? He has yet to give me an answer. He just shrugged his shoulder. She broke the relationship up after being married for such a long time to be with her work husband, and then after that didn't work, she now want her ex-husband back. Now, what would you do if that was you? Any guys out there that's watching, and any woman out there that's watching, what would you do? Leave your comments in the comment section.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.